And in general, going back to the red panda, what is their temperament like? I mean, obviously she seemed very
This one is
kind
a
and
wonderful animal, and,
yeah.
and they seem to be, but remember they are bears, and
Mm-hmm.
she's moving about more, and she's been hand raised because her mom was over grooming her, so they took her out of away from her mom early in her life. So she knows humans, and she likes them and counts on them for their support and stuff. Now that'll change as she gets older.
Okay.
She'll become more. It also depends on her relationship with her new partner and how that works out.
Okay. And you were saying that is kind of a variable. How would that pan out in the future? What are some of
Well,
the
our
different
next step
scenarios?
after she is through her 30-day quarantine and all her health records come back clean,
Mhm.
then we'll put the two of them side by side so they can see each other in kind of a howdy setup.
Yeah.
So they can see and smell and get used to each other, but they'll still be separated by wire. And then when we think the time is right, we will introduce them and we'll stand by to help out if there's any need to do them and if they don't get along.
Okay.
Because you never know for sure. It's not
Yeah.
just opening a door and see what happens.
Hmm. And what's it like for a species like this to adjust to an environment like we have in Madison?
Well, we maintain their natural environment year round.
Okay.
So they like to be at around 60. So when it's 90 out, they're in an air-conditioned space where you can see them, but they
Hmm.
won't be outside. So we're very careful about that.
So it's pretty much recreating their
Yes,
natural habitat.
it
And
is. It's a
everything.
replica.
Okay. Okay.
And as you saw, she likes to climb, and
Uh-huh.
we got all kinds of structures for her to climb on out there, all the wood trees and branches and stuff.
Yeah.
So she'll like that.
Uh-huh. And just about the zoo in general, you guys see a lot of university students coming down this way a lot. Check
We
out
do.
some of these animals. Yeah.
We do, and many of them are working on projects,
Hmm.
and some of them are volunteers for us. So there's a good interest from the UW, and recently the business school has been sending over some MBA students to do some special studies. So it's a good relationship.
You think you'll see more because of the red panda?
Pardon me?
You think you'll see more because of the red panda?
Hard to tell this time of year.
Yeah.
It is Wisconsin and it is winter, so there are brave souls like yourself that will come out in this cold, but not as many. Our biggest months start in, depending again on weather, start in March and then run through probably all the way through September. We did right now we're at 725,000 visitors this year, so I would say 3/4 of them occur in those months.
Hmm.
But we do have people at the gate, and we will have this morning when it is cold and snowy. So that's a real plus for us.
Sure.
It makes us feel good.
Hmm. And just one last question. Compared to other, species that you guys have acquired over the last, you guys have been here for decades. Um, do things just keep getting better for you guys? You keep growing as a zoo, or, what kind of progress has the zoo made in the past couple of decades?
The zoos have changed a lot in the
Mhm.
last. We're 100 years strong now. This is our 100th year.
Okay.
But in the last 10 years, there have been significant changes in the way zoos are managed and operate. Uh, we talked a little bit about the species survival plan and the kind of care that uh, you're expected to give. And pardon me, it's more and more difficult to get animals to sustain collections because there are fewer of them. And the days when you're going to go into the wild and bring animals out are pretty much gone. So zoos have a double responsibility. One is to care for the animals in your collection and help that collection remain viable. But we've also got a strong responsibility to improve the wild habitat of these animals in their native habitats. And that's where conservation and education come in. So there are two parts to every zoo. There's certainly enjoying the wonders of our natural world, but there's also a conservation message of what it's like in the wild for them, and what we can do. Everything we do makes a difference. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but everything you do as humankind on this planet makes a difference. So we try to bring people along to doing things that's going to help animal habitat. And it doesn't take a lot. I mean, we support grade 8 efforts for sometimes 1,000 or two a year. We are among world leaders in the conservation of highly endangered amphibians. And we partner with the Costa Rican Amphibian Research Center, and we support them. So those are some examples of our habitat preservation, helping these species in the wild, not just here in